Hey guys, thanks for joining us at Bowtech. My name is Levi Pearson. I'm the Marketing Programs Coordinator. Today we have Dustin Whitaker on with us, but his buddies call him Shed. He is the Marketing Director of Mossy Oak. So welcome to the show, Shed. We appreciate you coming. How'd you get your nickname Shed, by the way?
Oh, it's been probably 15, 16 years ago when I started at Mossy Oak. I used to find a lot of sheds when I was raised in Ohio and did a lot of shed hunting up there. And then when I moved to Mississippi, I just kind of continued that, but it kind of slowed down a little bit. Mississippi's really not a great place to find a bunch of sheds. You find a couple, but it's not like some of the other places. So I just kind of inherited that nickname.
There we go. All right, so you're like the lucky luck charm that everybody wants to bring along. For the guys that are out there spending countless hours trying to find sheds, what's like the biggest trick that you'd recommend for them?
You got to be, the key to it is finding where the deer are that time of year. So, if, finding their food source, they're going to be going from basically where they're sleeping at to where they're eating at. So, a lot of the ones we pick up are, where they're eating. It's around feeders or in green fields or winter wheat fields. Just depends on kind of terrain and actually the country you're in. If you're up in Canada, they're eating kind of these cedar bushes, and down south they might be in a food plot in March or April sometimes.
Okay, well, let's hopefully that gets a couple people lucky. So right now we're here mostly to talk about Mossy Oak's new camo, which is called the Eclipse camo, and it's designed specifically for the ground blind. Shed actually got to go on an antelope hunt in Gillette, Wyoming recently during the same time as the Eclipse. So kudos to your marketing department timing that up. And we actually was successful in harvesting a gorgeous antelope. So we actually was sent a video of it. So we're going to go ahead and play that. But first, what's kind of play it out what we're about to view in this video here?
Actually, it's the second day of the hunt. We hunted the day of the Eclipse. We just didn't have any luck. Set 15 hours, and it was a pretty brutal set. But the next morning we set up in a different place looking over a big alfalfa field, and there was probably 40 or 50 antelope out in that field once it got daylight, and they just we'd sat there about an hour and they started trickling in to drink, and a pretty decent buck came in with them, and he was actually the only one that came in or that I could see out there with all those does and fawns. So just got lucky, and we got him on video and made a less than marginal shot, but that's hunting sometimes. So
it is.
But he didn't go far.
Good. Well, let's go ahead and play that video.
Today's day number 2 in the box, which feel like you're in a Cool Hand Luke movie where you got locked up. We sat in this blind yesterday, not in this blind, but a different spot for 15 straight hours. Pretty much by the end of the day, you felt like you'd been on a living hell. Part of hunting. We got a bunch of antelope out here, kind of west of us. There's a big alfalfa field, and you glass out there, you can see about 30 or 40. Hopefully we get something right in here. Just see what happens. Hopefully we don't have to sit all day, because yesterday it was rough. They come right up in here. We had some that were probably 10 yards. Blind's pretty open because we're filming. And the clips did its job. We said 15 hours yesterday, but this morning was a little more productive. Got some character right there, some points. I could see those when he was coming in. His horn kind of takes off kind of funky, but always fun to shoot a speed goat, get the season kicked off.
So we're back after the video. Great footage. Really kind of brings the whole hunt for you guys from all the way to sitting in that blind for the 15 hours for that first day up to the completion of harvesting. So congrats to you. Tell us about leading up to that shot. You saw the buck come in. It sounds like you had some stuff to work around to make that shot successful.
Yeah, it was actually where we originally set up. The guide actually said that the antelope were coming from a different direction, and they actually came from behind us. So we had to kind of make a switch, and right where the antelope came from, there was actually a post in the ground they had tied the blind to because the wind had been so bad. And there wasn't really, the first day we went in actually to go to our blind, it was gone.
No way.
And, yeah, the outfitter was like, the blind was here. Maybe somebody stole it. And I'm like, we're in the middle of nowhere, 20 miles from a road. Who's going to steal it? But the stakes were there. The wind had just been so bad. So the next day where we killed the antelope, they had tied the blind to this post. And when the antelope come in, I had been pinched up in the corner. And when anytime you're filming, you're always trying to let the camera guy get as much really good footage as you can. So he had kind of crammed me up in the corner, and I had drawn back. And when I drew back, he couldn't even see the antelope. So once the antelope gets in range, I'd been holding back for, I don't know, maybe 45 seconds to a minute. And I was hunched in the corner, and I was like, if he can see him, I got to shoot him. So I couldn't hold back much longer. So I shot, and antelope was walking. It wasn't the greatest shot in the world, but using the broadheads we used, he didn't go 40, 50 yards, and he was done. So kind of, worked out. Yeah, everything sometimes kind of looks like it's perfect, but it doesn't always happen that way. But the end result was, we got a pretty decent antelope, and we put our time in. I'll say that.
Well, that's one of the things is like you have. I think, well, first off, kudos to you guys for showing that video. I know a lot of companies would probably edit that shot out, but honestly, that's hunting. You get out there and you plan everything perfectly, and then Murphy kicks in overtime, and they come from the other side, so you got to make adjustments. So I think a lot of times, our viewers, myself, you watch all these perfect shots, and for all you know, it's a third of the shots being taken. So kudos to you guys to posting that up, because that's raw hunting. Bad shots are made, but the honest thing is, he went 50, 60 yards. You harvested a gorgeous antelope, and kudos to you guys. So that's honest hunting, and that's honestly, I have so much respect for that. So, so he actually came from the other side of the ground blind, from what you were saying.
Yeah, well, we were facing one way, and we had to basically open all the windows on the other side of the ground blind and shut everything up and get spun around. And I mean, ground blinds aren't the biggest, and you got two guys, and I'm 6 foot tall, and the other guy that's in there is 6'4".
So you had tons of room, it sounds like.
Yeah, we had tons of room, but it's not as much as you think, but it's still fun to do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to start the season off, get out west and get to shoot something. Our whitetail season doesn't start in Mississippi till October, so it's fun to get to go do something and kind of feel like you got a hunt under your belt before you roll into the fall.
Oh, absolutely. So you mentioned all your windows were open on the ground blind. Obviously, that speaks to the camo that you guys just released. So obviously, Mossy Oak's a somewhat pretty big name in the camo industry. As your guys' marketing director, what for the viewers and myself, what goes into something as far as you guys deciding? Because is there anybody else out there that really makes a ground blind dedicated camo?
Not that I know of. And it was something that we kind of came up with, and we had kicked around, and it's breakup country, but it's kind of got a dark look to it, and it's got some patches that look like some openings on the pattern where you can see the full the full pattern with all the colors in it. But it's the ground blind hunting has gotten to be so popular. It's you get less and less guys hunting out of a tree stand. It's dangerous, and especially as a lot of hunters get older, they don't want to climb up 30 feet, and it's just kind of a safer way to hunt. And so it's something that a lot of guys wear black, and we just came up and said, one, we've got a great brand that people love, and they love to show off that they're a fan of mossy oak, and we're like, there's got to be kind of a niche out there we could create some type of camo that works pretty well. And it's actually the tests we've done on it have been real impressive. I mean, we had just there alone when we were hunting yesterday, I mean, we had antelope 10 yards from the blind, and we had it wide open because we were filming and moving around, and they didn't pay us a lick of attention.
No
I mean,
way.
it works really well.
I'm assuming it's probably pretty breathable being in there, especially for the 15 hours the first day. You'd probably be cooking if it wasn't.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's exclusive to Walmart. They're the only ones carrying it, and they're making some really, really good products. It's breathable, and I got no complaints with it.
Good. Well, solid work. Congratulations to you guys. So biggest thing as far as, everybody, in the past at least, you go to ground blind, you're wearing all black. What's the biggest thing that you guys have been able to confirm through your testing as far as just the benefits to, somebody's just saying, hey, I'm going to wear all black, or I'm going to try out this new Eclipse camo?
It's a thing of, one, if you're a fan, a lot of guys like camo, and it's something it's a little different, it's a little unique. But it, kind of also lets you wear that brand on your chest, and the other cool thing about it, it is, when you're in a ground blind, it is, kind of blacked out, but you also got shades of darks and lights, and that sun's hitting in, and there's a lot of times I've been sitting in there, and if you are just wearing solid black, you do stick out, especially if that sun's hitting you. But this has kind of got it's a little lighter tint to it. It's got some spots that are broken up, and if you look at how the backside of some ground blinds are, some of them are camo and some of them are kind of a lighter colored fabric. So it actually blends in pretty well, and gives that guy that's hunting out of a blind, it's kind of maybe just a little more support, a little more, maybe it gives you that little more of a chance to shoot something.
That extra edge?
Yeah, it gives you a little more edge, exactly.
Dude, I know that's something, the margin that everybody's always trying to push. I mean, it's something where, how many of us have been busted by, turkeys or even antelope, being real close, and especially with the windows open. So if you're running successful with the windows open, I think you guys have found something pretty successful. So congratulations to you guys. And that's now available, or is it about to be released?
Yep. Yeah, it's available. Most Walmarts are carrying it now, so you got to be able to go in the hunting section and find it.
Okay. Well, Shed, I greatly...
And if they don't have it yet, it should be there anytime.
Okay, anytime now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Shed, thank you again for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure. Congrats again on a gorgeous antelope, and the footage you made was awesome. So well done to you guys, and again, congratulations.
Yep.
So thank you. Thank you guys for joining us on Bowtech. We're going to continue to do our best to bring you live hunts as the season continues to come closer. If you haven't, make sure you text WATCH to 313131 so you can get the alerts for any upcoming episodes. Have a great rest of the day and enjoy the weekend.